welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today is Thursday, so we're going to be talking some DFS value picks for DraftKings. So these are going to be the guys that I like that are cheap. They've been in my budget range for the value picks that I've. So generally that's under $6,000 for a quarterback, under $5,500 at running back, under $5,000 at wide receiver, under $4,000 at tight end, and then just talking about the cheap defenses that I do like this week. So once again, these are for DraftKings. If you guys do play on a different site, keep these names in mind, see how they're priced out on your site. But without further more, we'll get into it. We'll start off with the quarterback position. We got Phillip Rivers, $5,900 once again. Goes against Houston this week. Should be a pretty good matchup for him. Definitely should have some value for $5,900. Then we got Jalen Hurts, comes in at $5,900. So he did see a little bit of a boost, I believe $800 since last week. Goes against Arizona, which is obviously not as tough of a defense as the Saints were last week, so I think he'll have pretty decent value as well. Then in tonight's game, we got Derek Carr going against the Chargers defense, $5,700. Pretty safe there. He's a guy that's going to get you multiple touchdowns and usually not too many turnovers. I know he did have 2 interceptions last week, but throughout the season, he's been pretty safe otherwise. Then we have Mitchell Trubisky, $5,500, goes against the Vikings. Should be a pretty good matchup there. He's been playing better of late. So at $5,500, he definitely could be a value. Last but not least, we got Drew Lock coming in at $5,000. Goes against Buffalo. Buffalo has been really hit or miss on defense this year. So if it's a game where they're not as good and Drew Lock's kind of on fire like he was last week, it could be definitely be a value for $5,000. Then we'll move over to the running back position. So first off, we got Kareem Hunt, $5,100 going against the Giants. Obviously, you guys seen him play on Monday night. He had 2 touchdowns in that game. $5,100 for somebody that gets the volume that he does. Can't beat that price. Another one, similar situation, Jeff Wilson Jr. Raheem Mostert might not play this week. He's been dealing with an ankle injury as well. And they're going against the Cowboys. If Jeff Wilson Jr. is the lead back against the Cowboys, he's easily over 100 yards. This is pretty much a free play. Then I got Zach Moss, $4,500 against Denver. He got the majority of the snaps once again last week. So I think they're going to lean on him later on in this game. Then Gus Edwards, he's actually my start of the week for our Podcasting Network article. I have running back position, so he's somebody that was kind of outside the top 24 running backs that I think will finish inside the top 24. So $4,400 against Jacksonville should be a very, very good matchup for him. Then we got to talk about the Tampa Bay backfield. So we got Leonard Fournette, $4,500, and LaShawn McCoy for $4,000. They're going against the Atlanta, who's been pretty good against the run, so it might not be the best matchup in the world. But as far as cheap plays go, you could do a lot worse. And Ronald Jones, he had surgery on his pinky finger, so he might have missed for that, but now he's on the COVID list as well, so he's definitely going to be out this week. Then we got Ito Smith, who's on the other side of that game. He's going against Tampa Bay. $4,000. If they get behind early, he's probably going to get the pass catching work, so definitely could be a value there. Philip Lindsay for $4,000 as well. He's a little bit banged up, but so is Melvin Gordon. If Melvin Gordon would miss, Philip Lindsay for $4,000 could be a steal against Buffalo, who has struggled against the run at times this season. Then I got Malcolm Brown down for $4,000 as well. Just this one's more like a dart throw. I know everybody's on that Cam Akers hype train, but I think maybe they'll lean on Malcolm Brown later on in this game if they're up big. We got the other 2 49ers running backs, and this is pretty much dart throws. If Raheem Mostert doesn't play, somebody else will get some touches. Jeff Wilson's not going to get all the touches, but he'll get a greater majority of them. So Tevin Coleman and Jerick McKinnon, they're both $4,000, both against that Dallas Cowboys defense once again. Then last but not least, I got Malcolm Perry. He's actually a wide receiver for the Dolphins. He's listed as running back here. I know everybody's talking about Lynn Bowden because of last week, and he's got that wide receiver and running back eligibility on other platforms. He does not have that on this platform, so we'll bring up Malcolm Perry here. If Miami's is banged up at wide receiver as last week, he should see some run as well. Then we'll move over to the wide receiver position. So we'll start off with Mr. Cole Beasley, $4,700. John Brown's not back once again. He should have a pretty solid workload. Denver's defensive backs that they're going against, they pretty much have no defensive backs right now. They're pretty much Michael Ojemudia, a 3rd-round pick out of Iowa, and a bunch of guys off the street pretty much. Then we got Jacoby Myers against Miami. I do like this matchup because he plays a lot in the slot, and that's where Miami's weakness is. Kind of bounce back game for him there. Hopefully Cam kind of gets it all figured out. Then my boy Tim Patrick, $4,300. Disrespect, man. He's about the only guy in this price range that gets you double-digit points every week, so he's pretty safe play in that range. Goes against Buffalo. If Tre'Davious White is not on him for the whole game, he should have a solid game once again. He's one of them guys, when you get down near the goal line, he's pretty much always getting a touchdown as well. I got Chet Hansen again, $4,200, goes against the Colts that he did have 100 yards against 2 weeks ago. So I think it should be a good matchup for him. Definitely could pay off there. And then we got Kendrick Bourne against Dallas, $4,100. Deebo Samuel is going to be out, so he should see a little bit more volume. Definitely could pay off there. Then we got Keelan Cole, $4,000. He goes against Baltimore, so it's not the best matchup in the world. They do have some cornerbacks that are banged up as well, though. So I would assume Marlon Humphrey's on DJ Chark. So if some of these other guys, Marcus Peters and Jimmy Smith, if they're not healthy enough to go, it could be a good game for Keelan Cole. He does obviously have good chemistry with Gardner Minshew, as we've seen earlier this year, who's going to be the starter. Then I got James Washington, $3,900. And he plays against Cincinnati. Definitely a good matchup this week. He's seen his snap rate increase in back-to-back weeks. Mike Tomlin is not hesitating to bench guys when they don't catch the ball. And out of all their wide receivers, James Washington has pretty much been the most reliable. He scored a touchdown in back-to-back weeks. So definitely somebody that could pay off in DFS for sure. Then we got Lynn Bowden Jr., kind of referred to him a little bit before with Malcolm Perry, $3,600. He could definitely be a value as well. Then KJ Hamler, my boy. I said he was too cheap at $3,000 for the past 2 weeks. And he paid off last week. He caught 2 passes for 2 touchdowns. If he can do anything similar to that against Buffalo, $3,500 would definitely be a steal once again. Then we got 2 wide receivers in tonight's game. And this is pretty much just if Keenan Allen and Mike Williams both wouldn't play. These guys are dart throws essentially. But if I had to guess, I would say Mike Williams is not going to play. But I think Keenan Allen will. They said Keenan Allen could be limited if he does play, though. So these guys should see a little bit more opportunity. And that's Jalen Guyton for $3,000 and Tyron Johnson that had the bigger week last week for $3,300. Both kind of dart throws. Both could have some upside. Between you and me, I'd probably pick Guyton just because he's the one that's been on the field the most throughout this season. Then last but not least, we got Cordero Patterson against the Vikings. So he's been playing running back mostly, but you get a little bit of opportunity with him playing running back, a little bit out of the backfield as a wide receiver, as a kick returner. For a $3,000 dart throw, you could definitely do a lot worse. Then at the tight end position, it's not as good this week for value picks at least. We got Dan Arnold, $3,500 against Philadelphia. He scored 3 touchdowns in the last couple weeks, so definitely some upside there. The Eagles are not very good against tight ends, so it's an intriguing option. He's probably about fairly priced at this point in time, though. Then I got Jared Cook, $3,400, scored a touchdown in back-to-back weeks. They'll probably be trailing Kansas City in this game, which means he'll be on the field more since he's pretty much only playing when they're throwing the ball. Then we got Cole Kmet against the Vikings, $3,000. He's a guy I like. Seen 7 targets in back-to-back weeks. If he scores, he's definitely going to be worth it. Then I got both the Cleveland tight ends listed in case Austin Hooper doesn't play. He was limited in practice yesterday, so it looks like he's on the trail to coming back. But if he's not, consider these 2 guys. That's Harrison Bryant and David Njoku, both $2,500 against the Giants this week. Then for the defenses that we're looking at, so I got the Oakland Raiders down as 1. They have $2,300, just your cheap defense. They're going against the Chargers. The Chargers have had some turnovers in recent weeks. If they're missing their wide receivers, could definitely be a good matchup as well. I know Oakland's missing a lot of people on defense, though. Then we got the Eagles defense. They played better last week against the Saints. They got a little banged up in the second half, and then it wasn't as good from that point on. But they played very well. They got pressure on Taysom Hill. If they can get pressure on Kyler, have him make some mistakes, definitely could be a good day for them as well for $2,500. I got the Cowboys defense, $2,700. I know I've been kind of boasting Jeff Wilson Jr., but, Jeff Wilson Jr., he could have a good day, and the Cowboys defense could have a good day too. It's not all inclusive. And Nick Mullins pretty much averages 2 turnovers a game. So definitely a lot of opportunity there. And then the Patriots defense against Miami. Bill Belichick is the master of destroying rookie quarterbacks. They come in at $3,000. Definitely a value there as well, especially in a big bounce back week for them on defense since their defense was not very good last week. But with that being said, these are my DFS value picks for the week. If you guys have any other value picks that you think I should have had on this list, please let me know. If you guys have any other DFS questions, leave them down in the comments below. Glad to help you guys out, give my thoughts as well. If you want to share some lineups down in the comments, feel free to do so. If you're not comfortable sharing them in the comments and you don't want everybody else to see them, you can always reach out to me at my email, CoachCraigSports@gmail.com, on Twitter at CoachCraigSport, or on the Coach Craig Sports Facebook page, and I'd be glad to help you there as well. But with that being said, if you guys liked and enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports. And that's one for you guys, the viewers that are watching these videos. Just trying to help you out with your fantasy football teams overall, helping you guys be more successful in fantasy football, enjoy it a little bit more, get some wins, get some championships. If you guys are playing in DFS, help you guys win some more money as well. But with that being said, if you're a new or current subscriber is yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell to let you know every single time I post up a video. Like I've been saying, post up about 5 videos a week. And we're kind of back to that Monday through Friday schedule now. Tomorrow will be the starts and sits for all the other remaining matchups. And it's going to be tomorrow because we do have some Saturday games as well. But with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys do well in DFS this week and have a great rest of your day.